Hey, what's up, fellow post apocalyptic survivors, and welcome to a Nerdy Bunch weekly review for Apple TV series Silo. My name's Dave, and leaving the shelter of his cave to join me is my co host Andrew. What's up, Andrew?
What's up, David?
We're here to talk Silo episode 4, Harmonium. The synopsis is as follows: Juliet sets out on a dangerous quest to retrieve a suit so she can return home and save her silo. Mechanical plans a meeting with Judge Meadows. Up until this point, all we do know is that Juliet and Solo are trying to find, go underwater to find the suits, and there's trouble brewing in her silo, and that's where it kind of leaves off. Spoiler free. What do you think of this episode?
Ooh, this is a really good episode.
My favorite.
Yeah,
So out there, my favorite.
it had a little bit of everything. A little bit of Juliet engineering, I could say that. That's spoiler free.
Always love seeing Juliet engineering.
So
is it an episode if we don't see Juliet engineering? Like, what's the point?
It's not. That was the issue with episode 2, right? With Juliet, but yeah, like the tinkering and the process that she goes through was really good, and then being able to see that done in some capacity with Solo was also a nice little, I guess, connection that they have going.
I think every scene with Juliet and Solo is just great.
Yeah, it's like his acting is top notch.
So good. It's just perfect, absolutely perfect.
Yeah, he definitely delivers on what I would expect from a person who is in the condition that he is in, right? So that's really good. And then, yeah, this is one of those where, spoiler free, hurry up and watch the episode. I can get to the spoils, right? Because the spoilers, so much happened, right? The story moved forward in so many different ways, and there is some very, very damning decisions made. They're gonna have serious consequences for sure. So yeah, solid episode for sure. Definitely my favorite, I think.
I do like how the narrative in the silo, with all the issues brewing up, I do like how that plays out in this episode, because from previous episodes you think it's going down a certain way with how certain characters are reacting, but this kind of takes it down a different path, which I like. Characters listening to other characters not listening to other characters, characters that are annoying or characters that are not annoying. I think it plays it really, really, really well. And this makes me wonder what's Juliet going to come back to.
Yeah, like it's not going to be what she led for sure. She's definitely going to be confused.
Right. Like, what the hell are you guys doing? But let's get into spoilers. There's two different two main storylines, some subtle storylines. You obviously have the Juliet and Solo storyline in trying to get the suit, and then you have Mechanical's journey, right? Which blends in with Bernard and Meadows' journey. And then in the background, brewing, and we'll get to this at the end, the sheriff and the deputy are investigating something. They're pulling at strings. And I feel that's going to be a big thing that comes down later down the storyline. But I want to start off with the first thing. We're going to talk Mechanical, Bernard, and Meadows. Because as soon as he was like, come to my place for dinner, I was like, this motherfucker's going to kill her.
And he's like, I have your suit. I have your suit.
Yeah, it's ready. It's ready. Yeah. I love the line. When she says to him, he's like, I'm being serious. And she's like, no, you're not. Because if you were being serious, you would have brought my cleaning suit. Do you have it?
Like sassy.
What do you think? I was so sad when she died. I was like, why? She's like one of my favorite characters.
Like it's not. I didn't put it in the wine because I might not trust it. So the mushrooms. I saw those mushrooms. They look good.
And she was like, can I go and see the view screen one more time in the thing? Like,
no.
But I mean, one better brought VR headset. I was like, well, that's kind of better, right, than the view screen.
Like, not kind of. It's definitely better, and also safer for him, right? Before she goes out there and says Bernard is a scam. But no, I can't believe they did that. And then already,
right? I just felt there was so much more of her character, and what I like about her character is that she's so much better, like in charge. Every time she's like, Bernard would be like, "Oh, that sends a bad message." He's like, "No, it
Mhm.
sends a new message. Like,
Yeah.
let's do something new." He's like, "No, but the book says." She's like, "F the book. We can
Yeah.
do it better." He's like, "But the book." And that's almost like his downfall, right? You can
Yeah.
tell that he was hurt by having
Mhm.
to kill her, but he's
Yeah.
so dedicated to the book,
To the order. He has to
to the
keep the
order.
order. And you're
So
right
dedicated.
because when she'd upset with him for the action he took, and he figures out, and he was like, "Oh, you were gonna kill him with bureaucracy," and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
exactly what she does. She's so good, and
I love that.
reducing the sentence
Right,
for old boy, right, just to show a little bit of mercy. Like she 100% was my favorite character this season after
right.
Jeanette. Um,
And to be like,
R.I.P.
show mercy. Come on, he's not gonna survive a year. We don't both know that. Like, damn.
Like so good. So it's the fact that she understands the game, right? She's playing the game, but then she's also like, bro, you know what's really going on. But you have to understand. Like Bernardo, he doesn't want to listen. He's so I hear you, and yeah, he's literally like he's the embodiment of that book. That's
Right.
it to him. It's like that's all that there is. But
Like
she
even his own wants and needs don't matter, right?
no,
He's not acting selfishly, right? He like because if he
second
was, I feel
he's
like
not. Yeah, I hear
because I
you.
feel like if he was, he would kept her alive. 'Cause I really felt
Yeah,
he was close to her,
yeah.
but he felt like I have to do
That's
this
the
because
closest
greater
person.
good, right? I thought there's missed opportunities as this is an Apple TV show. Why wasn't it the Apple headset? I don't know.
Yeah, I think
I'm just saying,
semi discontinued, right? They're making less copies.
right? Or at least something that kind of looks like it looks nothing like it. Like it's all
Yeah.
black and everything like that. It looks. I did like the fact that in that moment where he's telling her where to look, that's done well because you can tell he spent a lot of time. So he's like, "Oh, if you look
Mhm.
up here, you look down here."
Yeah.
Even though he's not looking, he knows what's going to
He
come up.
knows exactly what's
Yeah.
there.
It's a nice little touch. That was good. Um, there was an interesting moment with her and what's his name? Lucas.
Lucas, the
Yes.
star in radiation.
Exactly. When she's like, I love that moment because you're
Great
thinking
scene.
that she's like connecting with him and, this is how it works. This is how she knows a lot. And then
Yeah.
she's like, yeah, you know too much. Send me away.
Hmm.
This is
Yeah,
like, what?
goodbye.
What?
Enjoy that tidbit
Like,
for the
what?
rest of your days.
Though I think because of that, we are going to see him again. There's no way you just bring him in for a little bit. We're not seeing him
Hmm.
again. I feel like we're seeing this guy again.
Yeah.
Um, what did you think of let's go back and in this connection, he fakes it out to make it seem as if Mechanical did this. So we go back now, right? We're seeing the evolution between Nox and Shirley.
Surely.
Last week's ended with Nox saying like, "Oh, these names," and he's starting to realize what we kind of known from last week's episode, that every time one of these revolutions started, it's because somehow they're blaming it on Mechanical.
Look, Chemicals at it again.
And they start noticing. And finally, Shirley's listening when he's like, let's play this smart. Let's just walk up there. We're not going to start any issues. Going to walk up there. And I love the moment where the other people are like, you're not going to move. And then Carla just drops one of the colors. Boom, lights out. I was like, oh, snap. Showcase of
Come on,
power.
man.
The
Like, damn.
showcase of power. That I find it interesting is like, damn, the people in power have everyone locked down so hard that people see 4 people walking up the stairs and suddenly everyone goes crazy.
Yeah, right. Like, isn't that crazy? Like, with each level they climb, it's more
Right.
of a statement. It's like, damn,
It's it's like the diseased people bringing in like germs or
the plague.
illness, the plague, right?
The
The way that you
plague
like, get
after
out
you,
of here. What are you doing
COVID.
here? Like, whoa.
I could literally calm down.
But yes, what do you think Mechanical is going to do next? Because Mechanical has the power, right? Literally.
As they showed,
But
yeah, when they shut off
yeah,
the generators, right?
but things are brewing between the two because again, the people in Mechanical, or Shirley and Knox, they know that as they can't, they're limited because the whole narrative is they are the bad guys every
Yeah.
single time, and they're trying to change this narrative. Where do you think it goes next?
It's a tricky one, right? Because
Because
you're
how do you
dealing
prove you
with
didn't do it?
Bernard. Yeah, how do you, especially against the likes of Bernard and Sadie?
Mm-hmm. And
He's
Sib's speech.
yeah, it seems rallying up the troops, right? And Sims on the one track path,
Mhm.
trying to set like him and his wife. They keep just dropping breadcrumbs of him and his
Right?
wife,
And I feel like she
and
even more so. She's like,
Yeah,
well, you could.
yeah.
You know? She's
And I
like this.
guess I'm gonna say now, who has to become Bernard's shadow? It has to be
Mhm,
Sims, right?
mhm.
There's definitely no other option unless I missed everything in the show. So
Yeah, but
I, huh?
no, I was gonna say yes and no because of the way it ends with Bernard being like, "I know what you did."
Yeah,
I feel like that's like a kind of "I know what you did" that says, "And I'm gonna get you back for that."
you got it. Well, fair enough, right? But I guess the point I was also gonna make was, Sims is gonna try and take out Bernard. I mean, that
Yeah.
that almost seems like the next likely step between him and his wife to just be like, listen, you know what? Like, you should be running this place.
Right, right. Should be you. Should be
Like, yeah, it should have always been you. And all of a sudden, he's like, you know what, Bernard? Maybe we don't need you.
Push.
Push over the cliff
Right, right.
because he has done it before.
Mhm, mhm. Um, let's talk about, Juliet and Sola. I think
Yes,
these are the best scenes of the
great
story.
acting.
Great, great acting. And what I like about Solo, these scenes, is that he seems to be like playing random music, saying random stuff, but everything he's saying is something.
Has meaning. Yeah,
There's meaning we just don't know we don't
yeah,
have the full key yet. Right?
yeah,
He says things about his past that we're like, wait, what was that? Oh no, no,
yeah.
no, don't worry about it. Let's move on. Like he'll throw it off, he'll almost say something, throw it off. Oh, there's numbers, they mean nothing. You rub them off. I don't believe those numbers meant nothing. What do you think?
I'm starting to not believe a lot of what he said, right? Because even things, when Julia was asking him, because he said the girl Lapis, he sat next to her.
Yeah.
She would have been 11 or
Yeah.
12. He's like, how are you next to her? He's like, oh, I mean,
The
yeah.
it wasn't this one, it was a different one.
Yeah. It's like, oh, wait. I mean, what happened to your eye? And all of a sudden, like,
Dude,
look
dude.
over there. So I'm curious. There's just no way that we've gotten the whole truth or that he's told her all the facts,
Mhm.
right? Just to put it simply.
And not just that, he knows a lot. Like, he'll talk about things like, "Oh, blah,
Well,
blah, blah, this and that," like, how
yeah.
he knew about birds. He knows
Hmm.
how things work. He knows a lot about the outside world, or at least the world before, more than
Yeah.
most people. Most people don't know again, do they even know what birds were?
Yeah.
Right? He's
Which
telling
is
them
what
about
I don't know.
circus.
Like, let's guess what. Like, is he like a plant from the powers that be?
Well, we do know that well, 2 things we know for a fact, right? Or at least 1 fact and 1 based on what he says. We're told by him that he was a shadow to the person in IT, right? And
Correct.
IT
As
people
a
have
teenager.
information, right? They have
Yeah.
information, so he would probably have had information. 2, the main fact we do know, if we look at the silos being similar, then that room he's in has the computer AI in there. So that could have been how he's had received a lot of information. I
Yeah.
don't know, but he definitely knows. Well, we do know for a fact that he knows a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Right. And to the point where he even helps. I like when he's being annoying on the machine, which is the title of the episode, the harmonium. It's
I
going
mean,
good. And I just love her frustration. She can see her getting angry. Oh, but trying to be nice about it. Like when you get frustrated at a kid, but you don't want to snap at them.
yeah.
And he's just like,
Like,
but look. But I like that because you realize he's not just doing it for the sake of doing it.
he's
He's
trying to
trying to help her.
communicate. He's
Like,
trying to
hello,
tell her something.
you want
And
a pump?
yeah.
Here's a pump.
See, I love how smart he is too, right?
So it's smart.
He's an engineer in his own sense, just
Mhm,
with
mhm.
um less verbal communication skills than
Well, because
anything.
he's almost childlike, right? And if you assume that,
Hasn't been communicating with anyone for
right, he's been alone for a
quite
long
a while.
time. Yeah, it makes sense that he would be like that. I like when he was just freaking out and like, did I close it? It's like when you
You know,
think, did I lock the door? Let me
yeah,
check.
no, so that thing it got me nervous because
Your
still
theory,
I'm still expecting somebody to be in this vault.
I was thinking of that. Your theory, you said last week
Oh
that
my
there's someone
gosh.
else in there.
I was like, no, I was like, Juliet, let him go back, please. I was like, please just go, just like check it. And so when they went back, when he put in the pin, when the pin was wrong, I was
Oh
like,
my
oh,
goodness.
I was just waiting for the
Someone's in there.
people just to see
Right.
to if I wrote this show, you literally have just seen eyes to the people and they would have
Right.
killed the people.
Right. Like, holy
Like
shit.
but then the acting there, because like you could see like he was trying to he got so upset, but he's not like a evil person type of
Mhm,
figure,
mhm, mhm, mhm.
right?
It's like
And
a
then
kid.
just and then like when she not said oh yeah, you should try writing it down. It's like Juliet, you're not helping the situation anyway in no form.
You
And then the
should
fact
have.
that when he put in the pin and it worked, I was like, ooh, they got me.
You're right. No, they got
They
us
got
real
me.
good. And then Julia's like, I love Julia's. You see, it wasn't me.
Yes. It was he just goes in. He's like,
Like,
I'm not
whatever, I don't care.
speaking. And then so I guess some character growth. Well, I don't know if I say growth because Juliet actually has more. She has more character than sometimes it seems when she's like Beyonce and Sasha Fierce. She has like engineer mode. She has human mode, right? But she did connect to people last season. I do whose name I don't remember, right? So what I mean by that, or why I said that is because when she came back outside the ball, and then just she was like, what's the guy's name? Nemo? Yeah,
Oh,
Captain
yeah.
Nemo.
Yeah, yeah.
Captain
Tell me.
Nemo's here.
Yeah, and she's like, tell
Hey,
me
tell
about
me
that,
more about your elephants.
circus. I'm like, nah. And again, those are, I feel like that moment was some fantastic acting by Rebecca
Really?
Ferguson
Yeah.
because it was subtle, but you can see she's like trying to have be patient with him because again,
Yeah.
I think she realizes that, even when he was being annoying, he was actually helping me.
Helping, like he wasn't
Right.
actually just like being airheaded. He
No, he
was
was
trying to
actually helping.
communicate that, oh, I think this thing could be for
You
your
want a pump?
problem. Yeah.
Here's a pump.
Um,
Like, you want pump? This thing pumps. And I
he
love
helped
when she's like,
he helped you find the suit.
I like when
Yeah.
she's like, cool, I can use the pump. And he's like, wait, does that mean you have to take it apart?
Uh,
Yeah. Wait. I don't think he just did think about that. Like, whoa,
uh,
whoa.
and he's like, can you put it back together? And she was like, probably,
Mm, maybe
maybe.
you should play
But
one
she
more time.
could just, just give us your final,
Just in case.
a lot of interaction.
Right?
The difference still the show. So yeah, this was a really good episode, even for just showing how these people come up with solutions in this world, and the scene with Juliet underwater was also
Oh,
exemplary,
I was like,
right? Like,
even though she's the main character, there was a moment I'm like, are they?
I know Juliet though.
Like the worst, like you're in the millimeters away from the water, so that from the air,
Yeah,
and you can't. You're like when she was like on the edge, I was like,
like
oh my god.
she reached you with her arm, but not. Yeah, no, they're really good at showing tension in
Hmm.
this show and just making you feel the gravity.
But
Some of the
even
things
the
they go through.
tension, they show tension without overdoing it, right?
Mm.
Because even when to jump up around, when mechanical finds Meadows' dead body, and I was just like, and they just kind of walk away, like just walk,
Yeah,
don't run, walk, don't run. That tension was felt. I was like, oh shit. And I did like the flip of that because up until now, Shirley's been the more the crazy, like, oh, I'm angry. But
yeah.
as soon as Knock's sword happened, she becomes the rational one,
The
holding him back.
karma ones,
Right.
like it goes back to like the original way. They're no more against each other. It's all like,
Hmm.
okay, junior bull, big bull.
Right, right. And I can believe Knox's frustration because Knox, his frustration is in building where he has to be the calmer one. They're
Mhm.
looking at us, but this is when he breaks. It was like, well, I've done everything right. These guys are still trying to
Yeah,
betray us. They went insofar as to get a rusted knife because it looks like it came from mechanical. I was like, these bastards. They really thought about this, right? And again, you understand that, right? Whoever wrote this book planted the idea that we should always blame mechanical so
yeah.
that the mechanical never grows in power because
They
they have
never
all the power,
rise.
right?
Hunger Game.
That's true. Yeah.
No, when the knife was in Edo's, I got some diabolical one. Like,
Even beforehand, right? Because I was wondering what he meant when Bernard says to Sims, "Do exactly as I told you." I was like, "What did you tell him? Like what? Cut the body up?
but
What? Like what?"
nope, you already know. Panic button, blame mechanical.
Right? It literally says in the book, like blame mechanical.
The book has chapter. No, it's more like chapter. Like 97 ways to blame mechanical for theft and
Right?
others. It's like, jeez.
I like the moment when Juliet got the other side, and then she realizes, how do I open these lockers? She's just like,
This
splash.
the
Oh, I love the
acting, the expression, like I could feel each point, like the punch
hmm
and the elbow, then the hit, and you could just even feel her stamina reducing, and then
her frustration
stop
of like, are you kidding
on
me?
this, like
Came this far. almost died, and I can't open the door. Then I'm curious what she's going to use as a helmet because we don't see any kind of helmet device or helmet style.
Yeah,
So I'd
and
be
I
curious.
wonder what's in the vault, 'cause homeboy hasn't let us into the crib yet,
No, no,
so
he
we
has
don't know
not.
what he has. Um, yeah, I'm so curious. I still think this will be
Meanwhile, in the background, like I said, a story that's brewing. Billings and Hank are investigating what happened, and they're looking for Cooper's body. Cooper's body's gone, and we find out
another body.
the two bodies are gone, and maybe Kennedy might still be alive. So they're looking for Kennedy. However, I totally forgot about this until I rewatched stuff. Even if they find Kennedy, remember last week's episode where Sims was like, "We can erase your memory." So I believe they're gonna find Kennedy, and it's gonna be Kennedy who's like, "Who you guys, what's going on?"
He said,
How far do you think this rabbit hole is gonna go for the sheriff and his deputy?
I think it's going to go far. They haven't consistently kept us seeing the sheriff story. Uh, the silo that we watch does not have the sheriff don't have a good history in terms of surviving long term, especially when they start poking buttons at the truth or unraveling things. Right, and that's what's happening right now with Billings, kind of to a certain degree. Um, so I'm very curious because if I felt like him and Meadows could have been an ally
They could have been a
partnership that would have
great
formed.
partnership. That would have been a
And I
great
thought that
partnership.
that's what was happening when he opened up to her. He told her his
Hmm.
truth, right? Especially to kind of counter Sims's strength. So it was like him and that's Billings and Meadows versus Sims and Bernard would have been a nice fight. So now it's going to be interesting to kind of see. But what could also happen, because if we get Billings partnering with Knock and Shirley them to a certain degree,
Sure.
that's now a powerful force, right? That could be a way to topple this, because I don't know. This season has to end with Bernard in the ground. I'm almost I'm almost sure. I don't know if I'm speaking from the heart. I'm speaking I'm speaking from my third eye as normal, but it just feels like because he's not even making smart decisions anymore. He's still making all decisions based on a book that it almost feels like the world has kind of advanced past, right? Like
Yes, yes. It
look at
was
the
written
wall.
at a different time when things are different.
Yeah, look at the wall knock, and then we're looking at like this has happened so many times,
Mhm.
right? And there are at least a couple years or decades between each of those occurrences. So I mean, this has been going on for quite a while. It can't hold anymore, and I feel like things are the threads that they're pulling that's keeping it on Billings and the PD. They're going to unravel into something big. I feel
I
it's
agree.
not
I
like
agree.
I feel like I don't think it's just a side story. I
Yeah.
feel like it's a woven into the core of this story.
Mhm. And another thing that I think they're planting the seeds for is what did Meadows know? Why did she disappear for 4 days and then come and quit? Right? He alludes to the fact that there was a secret message in the hard drive that Bernard had broken. He's like, "What's the message?" She's like, "It doesn't matter. You destroyed the hard drive. See what happens."
Yeah,
And all we do know is that uh, the person who was head of IT in the when the revolution happened in their silo, Salvador Quinn, left secret coded messages, and she
get them
deciphered
down.
it. What is it? What is it? Is it connected to the fact that why she started drinking in the first place? Is it all connected? I think so.
It has
What
to
do you
be.
think?
It has to be, right. Even Sing's wife, whose name I don't know. Sing's
Well,
wife said
Sims is the
that
last name,
she's
so
like,
she's also Sims. I take it.
yeah. So yeah, right. Also, Mrs. Sims. Mrs. Sims mentioned that before the drinking, Meadows was known for having one of the most amazing minds, right?
Hmm.
Which is a nice little touch, because we see it, like even in interactions, you can feel that. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I actually don't know.
I feel like, yeah, I think finding out again, I think this does a good job of balancing multiple threads without feeling convoluted.
Yes.
I feel
Yes. It's
because
all interwoven.
no, it's
So
all yeah, it's all
beautifully.
interwoven and it's all subtle. Sometimes you're like, oh shit, I forgot about that.
Uh-huh.
Little things that are part of the major story, like mentions like, oh, the fact that they have different types of celebrations, right? They had Founders Day
Mhm.
in Solo
Yeah.
Silo, but they also have what's it called? I forget the day they had reclamation or something like that.
Something. Yeah. Something
You
like
know,
that.
but they have different types of celebrations. So how does that work? Why? You know, why do you do Founders Day? What are the founders about? How did the founders come together? Who are
Yeah.
the founders?
Who are
You
these funny fathers?
know, no idea. I have no idea. Anything else that you enjoyed that we haven't spoken about in this episode?
um, let's see. Captain Nemo, I've mentioned.
Oh, when Julia was underground, under the water, drowning, just as soon as she went underwater, she started dragging that weight. I'm like, this is not going to be good. That looks so heavy.
I was impressed though, just in terms of like a quick fix DIY underwater gear. But yeah, you're right. It was almost doomed to run into peril from the
Right.
start.
I liked when mechanical peeps are running away and Shirley and then catch up to Carla and Martha. And then
Yeah.
Shirley's like, don't be scared. And then Martha's like, I wasn't scared until you said
Like,
that.
like,
Like, what's happening?
like why should I now be scared?
No, but don't be scared. Okay, what? What? I like also
Oh,
you get good hints of I know this is something that e- it's been kind of hinting at for a long time, but
mhm.
more hints of the backstory between Carla and Marta, that there was
Yeah,
some kind of relationship there. We
yeah,
get more touching on those, which
yeah.
I liked.
That's good. I like Martha.
Mhm. Right. Right.
She's a nice, like, almo- mother figure, but not trying to mother you. Right?
No,
Often.
no, she's not in your face with it. No.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, no, no.
one of my favorite lines is when security came to help out uh, the mechanical peeps walking up. They're like, "You hate to stop us? No, we're here to help you." Because people might be throwing shit, literally.
and but it's funny that what they help them up until the point when they leave a couple floors before.
Right.
The matter like so you help up until we need the help
Okay,
basically.
bye. We're just gonna say that we did.
They're like we're civilians, ma'am.
All right. This is all you get. This is all you get.
Like be happy you're even getting this. Right? You'll be protected for some time.
I think that's it for this episode. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
So off episode, like I don't have much to say, but I feel like it was just really good. Like,
Mhm.
everything about it was good. More story depth, addition, seeing characters progress,
Adds
seeing
adds layers to the future where it could go because it can go in so many different directions, right?
can
Because
really
it could be Juliet and Solo leaving, Solo struggling to leave. Someone else
yeah
could come into this silo before they even leave. There's so many places it can go.
yeah.
Not
Julia
to speak of the other silos,
could bring her people into this silo,
right?
and Solo freaks out. And
All
yes, like
those
you
people,
said, all the other silos.
right? And we do know that people have been trying to get into Solo's thing since, it wasn't the case of his silo, everyone died and that's it. People have been trying to get in. Newer dead bodies,
Yeah.
right? So what happened there? Did Solo, is there a darker side to Solo? Because he did say, if you try coming, I'll kill you.
I feel like there has to be, man. I'm not even because he's evil or anything, but just based on the circumstances of
Mhm.
him having already murked a few people who tried to get into this vault,
Mhm.
right? He's almost like a version of Bernard, right? Bernard is doing what this was said.
Mhm.
And Solo too is like the last command they ever gave me, like an AI, right? The last command I heard, protect this vault.
And I'm
Right?
taking that literally. I don't
It's
care.
like that's it. That's it. I'm not applying any reasoning. I'm not saying, oh, this kind of command, they probably like expire with the, you know, circumstances of half the people die. So more than half, or like 94%. But he's not by any reasoning. Just like nope, nope. So I'm so curious to see more, and I feel like from next episode we're going to get a little more um into the realities because we're slowly ramping up. We're now in the second half, right? Or the end game of this season 2 of Tyler. So definitely gonna start steering towards the end and Juliet. I think Juliet making it back to the end. I think this season she's making it back to her silo. at least. I
Oh,
think.
and it's what did she make it back to? Before we close, there was one thing I wanted to say. One thing we've been saying this whole season is, if you just want these people to shut up and be quiet, just
Mm-hmm.
send them up there and see what happens. And
Oh
that's
yeah.
exactly what Mechanical's plan was.
Bernard is so annoying because it makes so much sense, and like it's even a good way. Even like the prison system is like, you know what, the way as opposed to being sent to the mines, you get to pick. Go outside and risk it, or you go to the mines, right? And just use that. But it's like they're so dumb. But yeah, I was like, thank you, Mechanical. Thank you. You're thinking.
The Mechanical was like, their whole plan was like, let us make good suits
Mm-hmm.
and then go outside.
One, like none of that stuff you're using.
I'm curious again, maybe the order is worried that if people go out there, yes, even if the air is toxic, they're going to see something or experience or find out something. And I think that's the issue. They're
Yeah.
going to know something. And
Sure.
I feel like there's a fear beyond people finding out that we can leave, right? Because you can't. So what is the other fear then? What is the fear? Because it can't just be, oh, we're tricking people that everything is poisonous, but it's actually okay, because everything is poisonous. So what is the reason? There must be a reason why people are not allowed to just go and look, because they're like, let's go and look and then we can come back. No, we don't want people. You don't even want that.
That was so funny. The and come back, like so cute. I would almost love to, like, I would love to watch the first set. Maybe we could get that. You see the first set, maybe they decide on 4 people to go. And like, yeah, they're all excited and and they just watch them all die, and they're like,
Right.
oh wait,
Right.
yeah. I guess there was a reason we're not meant to go outside.
Yep. Anyway, on that note, what do you nerdies think of this episode? What do you think of, pretty much, I'm not sure how many episodes this season, but we're pretty much at or coming up to the halfway mark. What do you think so
Definitely.
far? Find us on social media at The Nerdy Bunch. And as always, whatever platform you are watching or listening to this on, please give us a good rating, stars and thumbs up and all that jazz. It helps us get recognition, helps the
Comment.
AI algorithm. Yes, leave a comment. Andrew wants to read all your comments. He does. He really does. And you can also find us via email, thenerdybunchpodcast@gmail.com. Send us some of your ideas and thoughts. We'd like to read them. And check out our other podcasts. We just did our first podcast for new TV series, animated series, Creature Commandos, which is airing right now on HBO Max. So check out our review for that. And we also have a new show, Star Wars Skeleton Crew, another new show. Check out our review for that as well, and some of the other podcasts that we've recently finished. I think that's everything, right?
I think so too.
Yes. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you, dude.
My name's English Dave, and this has been a Nerdy Bunch review for Silo Season 2, Episode 4. I can't wait to see where it goes next. And as always, Andrew,
Keep it nerdy.
peace.